What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Taylor. We're starting off the new year with a new suite from Bogren Digital. If you have watched the channel at all, you probably know how I feel about the Bogren Digital stuff. I really like all the Bogren Digital releases that I've tried, especially the amp knobs. I think the amp knobs are really great way to just load something up and just get going. You know, if you're recording or whatever. But today we have something quite a bit different. We have the S_093 degrees. I guess it's got the little circle there. Is that Fahrenheit? Is that Celsius? I don't know. But this is a suite based off the signature amplifier of 𝐒𝐏𝐿𝐴𝑛𝑎's from Dimmu Borgir. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing all of that. You know, us Yanks, we say them words funny. But anyways, this is based off a signature amplifier for the guitar player from Dimmu Borgir. And I have something dialed in. It sounds like this. So there's what it sounds like. Of course, you heard that in the intro of the video. Let's turn this pre-effects section off and we'll turn the EQ off. I'm not using the EQ, but we'll just turn it off anyways. And we'll turn the post off. And that way we just have the amp in the cab. Now the amp is a 3-channel amplifier. Let's just go to the clean settings for all you weird people that want to listen to clean settings. I'm just joking. No judgment, by the way. Jesus. You can see how low we have the gain and it's... It's not the cleanest amp in the world, and I don't think that's going to be a problem for the vast majority of you, but if you were looking for like a pristine, clean sort of sound, you're probably going to have to roll the volume back here a little bit, and then I'm in position 2 on this Fishman Influence Modern set, and let's actually coil tap that as well. A little bit cleaner there. A little bit cleaner. Let's just go back into full-on humbucking mode. So we can get the clean channel even into like crunch territory if we want to. Let's just dial that back. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this clean channel. We will come back and we'll do like a clean ambient thing later on in the video for all you ambient nerds out there. No offense, but yeah. Let's look at the cab section real quick. Pretty straightforward cab section. Now you do have 2 different kinds of speaker cabinets. You just get them by going through the microphones here. You can see they change. I kind of like the way it's set up though, you know? If it's not broke, why fix it? You know what I mean? We have this IR-DX technology built in as well. They released this maybe like a year ago, I think, or maybe a little over a year ago. And essentially it just adds some compression and some saturation to the speakers, like what you would get from a speaker cabinet if you were really cranking up an amp in the room. And it helps it to not sound so flat. Let's go back to the lead channel here for reference. Here's what it sounds like on. Off. You can hear it's just a little bit flatter with it off. When you turn this on, it just adds some compression. It actually sounds like speakers moving air in a room. Lively is the word I would use to describe that, for lack of a better one. So let's go back to the amp here. We're gonna go into the crunch channel. Let's dial this gain back here a little bit. And we have the choice in between 𝐒𝐏𝐿6 and 𝐏𝐇88 tubes. I'm not noticing a huge difference. Let's turn the gain up and then see if there's a difference. You can hear the difference more with the gain up. The 𝐒𝐏𝐿6s sound like warmer and the 𝐏𝐇88s sound a little bit brighter. You know, like the 𝐒𝐏𝐿6s are a little bit warmer, but duller, and the 𝐏𝐇88s don't have as much low end, but they do sound brighter and a little bit more articulate. Let's actually turn the master volume up here, and then let's see if we get a bigger difference now. You know, I like 𝐏𝐇88 tubes in real life, so I'm just gonna stick with the 𝐏𝐇88 tubes, but you can tell even more of a difference when you turn the master volume up, which makes sense because, you know, on a real amplifier that would be hitting the power tubes harder. Yeah, makes sense. That's the way things should be, right? Now, you'll notice with the gain knob, if we go below 50%, very articulate, very snappy, vintagey, if you wanna go that way. If we turn it up all the way, it gets more compressed, it gets more saturated. And we're really like in a high gain sound, even on channel 2. So, I mean, I'm calling it a crunch channel, but I guess technically it's not, it's just channel 2. Let's go over here to the overdrive section. We have just a classic green overdrive here. You know, pretty typical. I have this level all the way up, the drive all the way down, the tone at about maybe 6 there or something like that. We also have this brown sugar drive, which you can select different clipping modes with. I have the level up all the way and the distortion up almost all the way, so that way you can hear the differences in the clipping modes. I like clipping mode 1. It's almost like a very subtly blended HM2. But not an annoying amount of HM2, if you catch my drift. And we can actually stack these together. Let's turn the drive up on the overdrive pedal here. And you know, when we stack these overdrives, it doesn't get like way too clippy or oversaturated or anything. It's like actually very nice that you can get some different textures by combining the different overdrives and then the distortion on the amp as well. Let's just keep this green overdrive on. We also have this octave pedal over here. I have the sub octave turned all the way up right now. So for this sort of thing, you know, for those of you that like to do those sludgy riffs, let's go back to the amp here with the boost on. Go back to channel 3 one more time. And listen to the gain on channel 3. Now, I keep the gain down past halfway, and I like that because I really like the articulate sound of this channel. Really nice, it really cuts through a mix well, but if you turn the gain up, like let's just turn it all the way up for reference. You can hear how dramatic of a difference there is just on that one channel alone. So I think it's a super versatile plugin for that reason. Yeah. Okay. Now I said we would do this. So let's go to a clean channel here. Let's turn the overdrive off. Let's turn our gate off. That way you can hear the effects. And we have both the delay and the reverb on. They're not the most crazy atmospheric effects ever, but they cover the majority of basses that people would be using delay and reverb for. If you're one of those people who likes to stack reverbs, have like all sorts of crazy shimmer reverb, stuff like that, this probably isn't gonna cut it for you on its own, but I think for the vast majority of people, this is gonna be enough to get the job done. And it's pretty simple and straightforward. They're not overwhelming you with a ton of different options, especially like in the reverb and delay. Things can get a little bit thick. They can go into the weeds there, which if you are a big fan of like crazy sort of ambient tones, you might want that. But I think for the vast majority of people, they just want a simple delay and reverb, you know, for solos or whatever. And this does that. It does it really well. All right, shout out to Bogren Digital. Shout out to you guys for being here with me. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Consider subscribing. If you really like what I do here on this channel, you can be super OP and join these beautiful people over here on Patreon and get early access to videos, behind the scenes, and all sorts of stuff like that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.